Eyebrows really frame the face. They add expression and definition. So today we're going to work on filling our eyebrows. I gotta tell you, the first time I ever got my makeup done was for prom 10 years ago. Um, she filled my eyebrows and I wasn't a big fan. I had her take it off, but if you were to look at pictures, there's spots missing. I have a picture. You could see that there's spots missing because of the flash and because of the photography. So if I were to keep them filled, they would have looked a lot better in pictures. So don't be scared to fill your brows. It'll look good, I promise. Filling my eyebrows is usually the very first thing I do when I'm doing my makeup, but right now I already have foundation, blush, eyeliner, all that jazz on. So just for demonstration purposes, we're going to focus on eyebrows for today. There are several methods for filling in your brows. First, I'll show you how to do it with a pencil. This is a retractable one from MAC. Actually, it's not retractable because you can't roll it back down. So be careful when you roll it up. Roll it up just enough until you can see the tip of the pencil. Use short, wispy strokes. Follow the natural shape of your brow, and also follow the growth of your hair. Whenever you're doing makeup, make sure you take a step back, look at the overall picture, make sure everything's evened out. If you need to fill anything or blend anything in, just always take a step back and look. I then like to brush through the brows. This gives it a more natural look. So the color blends in with the hairs of your eyebrows and not just lays on top. Another method for filling your brows is using an angle brush with an eyeshadow. I'm using Cork from MAC. This will actually give you a little bit of a bolder look. In the same fashion as with the pencil, you would use short wispy strokes. Make sure you follow the growth of the hair. So if your hair grows upwards, then brush upwards. If it's to the side, then brush to the side. Remember, you want it to look as natural as possible. So take a look at the eyebrow that I just did and the one that I did earlier and brushed through. The one that's brushed through looks a little bit more natural. The color is blended in with the hairs and it looks just a little bit darkened. The one that I didn't brush through is a little bit more precise, so keep that in mind. Now if you want a bolder brow, you could go on top of the pencil with an eyeshadow. So you would do both. So notice how this was just a little bit more bold, a little bit darker. So the current trend for eyebrows is actually a fuller brow. You're not seeing the pencil thin eyebrows that we used to see. So you can add a little bit more volume to your brow, just add a little bit more thickness towards the inside side of your brow, either on top or underneath. I usually like to go underneath, and then you'll have a fuller brow. Again, here, notice how the brush through brow looks a little bit more natural, and the one I didn't brush through was a little bit more precise. So again, keep that in mind. So when it comes to actually picking out what colors you're going to use to fill your eyebrows with, I generally like to go with whatever color your hair is. So if you actually have highlights or have lightened your hair, I would try to match that as close as possible. Or I go slightly lighter. So if you have black hair, I would go with a dark brown, or if you're a brunette, I would go with like a softer brown. If you're blonde, then obviously you don't want to go lighter because then you won't be able to see your brows. So I would still go with a soft brown. If you have any questions, feel free to leave me a comment and I'll try to get back to you as soon as possible. And remember, sharing is caring.